So hello friends, this is Kamal Krishna again with a new video. This will be a time management video. So I think time management video, everybody needs us. Actually I needed it. So I thought that now I can create something. So why not create something? This is the video in which I am going to talk about how I manage my time. So just for credibility purposes, to give you a simple view of how tight my schedule is, I am currently pursuing 2 degrees, one in literature, another in business. I am also running a podcast, running multiple YouTube channels and doing public interviews also. So I think I got lots of things on my plate. So how I manage my time, I am going to show 10 points here. So let's begin. So first of all, we have to understand that we all have 24 hours. So Elon Musk have 24 hours, Mark Zuckerberg have 24 hours, Jeff Bezos have 24 hours, Warren Buffett have 24 hours. How the hell they are pulling these kind of things at enormous layoff? So I think we have to think that we got time. We got time for everything in the world. We can do it. We can have multiple things on one plate and do it simultaneously, and we have to be very much confident that we have always to keep in mind that we can do it. Okay, so first thing is the mindset thing. We should not say anytime that I don't get time. We all do have 24 hours. Many people do enormous amount of work, more than what you will cover in a month they are doing in a day. So I think we all do have 24 hours. Okay, so this is a mindset thing. We have to think that all have 24 hours and I can do this. In this point, I am also going to mention one thing, like observe your day. Sit on your bed at night and then just replay your day in your mind, like how you lived your day. So basically there's a sub point in point number 1, that is observe your life very carefully. Now that you have observed your life, you can find vacancies. Find vacancies is sometimes a complex process. You know why? Because finding vacancies is a bit subjective in nature. Sometimes having a break is good. That's not a vacancy, that's part of work. But what I'm trying to say is, never ever waste your time. You have to be very much honest. I mean brutally honest, like where your life is being wasted, where your time is being wasted. Now the second point. So there's a book called, so this is the second point, guys. Hell yeah or no. As the title suggests, this is not my content. Huge shout out to Derek who wrote this book. It's a very nice book. You should all read it. But if you can't read it, I am here to help you. Hell yeah or no, as the title suggests, it means that you got an idea or someone pulled you into an idea or someone shared something for an idea or something like that. You should be genuinely interested in it, and not only interested in a good way. That means, okay, let's do it. Okay, I'm not sure about it. Let's do it and find out. No, this is not kind of thing. You should be obsessively interested in it. Like, yes, this is the thing I have waited. This is the thing I have waited for, and we can do it together and we will make a blast. So that is something, hell yeah or no. But there's a catch. You know what? Here, as you can see, I am suggesting you to prioritize good things, prioritize very important things, and say lots and lots of no. The things you are already involved in, complete it, but also say no to new things. There's a catch, that is, if you are new somewhere, like you just got admitted into college, you have no opportunity whatsoever, say yes to everything. Just say yes to everything you can do for, and I have mentioned it in the previous video also, how to be a networking boss. You can check out the our channel for this video, and it's a good video. It's a 40-minute long video, but it's a very nice video. You can also follow us on Instagram for shorts of that video. That would be 1-minute long shorts, and it's completed almost all the part of videos. If you are new to an institution, you can say lots and lots of yes, lots and lots of yes. But if you are in an old institution, like I am in college, I am almost I spent 4 months in college. Now I have many opportunities. I have my plate full of workload every day, believe me. But what I'm trying to do right now is prioritize good things, like prioritize the things I am really interested to, or what can help me in the future, in the near future, in the far future, and something like that. So I am also saying lots and lots of no. Earlier I used to say always yes, but now I am also saying no. Now for the third thing. So it's a controversial topic, but I think it's a great thing to do, to make a to-do list, but not daily. You know, almost everyone will say you to make a to-do list daily, but I don't believe in it. I believe in something else, which I'm going to share in the next part of the video. What I'm trying to say is create a to-do list weekly. And many experienced people I have talked to doctors, I have talked to medical aspirants, I have talked to engineering aspirants, I have talked to IITians, I have talked to students who are in AIMS, Patna, AIMS, Bhopal and everything. Most of them don't make a to-do list every day. No, they got an idea and then they articulate it and they make a weekly to-do list. So make a weekly to-do list. That means I'm going to show something. Here's a very cheap notepad. This can change your life. You know how? I am not going to share all the details of what I write in such notepads, or I am not going to show a to-do list of mine, a weekly to-do list. I don't want to leak my personal information and routine. But what I'm trying to say here is you can put a date and then have a week here. Okay, don't put things day wise. No, just put a date like that is 1 January, the 1st January 2024 to 7th January 2024. That's a week, and try to start from Monday to go to Sunday. Okay, and then you write all the things you wish to do in this week. Don't over articulate it. Don't write it by day to day. No, just take a notepad. It's a very cheap notepad. It's a 30 rupees notepad. So you can write a to-do list weekly, and then you can start working. Always use physical paper. Never ever use pens. Never use pen. Always use paper. Always. Because when you write something with pen, it's a feeling got attached. It's something that your mind feels when your hands rub into the paper. With screens, I am very much not comfortable. It's very subjective in nature. Again, I am saying I am not someone who spits out gospel truth, but what I am trying to say is I do it and it works for me. At least till this time it has worked for me. Maybe in future I can bring something else, but right now I use physical papers, and I never ever write in phones. For example, if I make a weekly to-do list, for a weekly to-do list I can write 4 scripts or shoot 2 podcasts and complete the industry report. I do much more in 1 week than this, but let's take an example. So these are the 3 things I wish to do in 1 week. I'll write it down in a vague way, like something can be there to go for a date. Like I wish to go with my girlfriend for a date in this week. So those who have a girlfriend, so write 4 scripts, shoot up 2 podcasts, edit 10 videos. This is the list I'm going to prepare in that notepad. Now what I'll do, and this is the 4th point, one of the greatest point that anyone can make, like not me but anyone can make in time management in this. So the time box method. So I think the time box method is one of the best things that happened to me in the recent times. I am using the time box method for a month and it really helped me out. As I have mentioned in the video that this is the time boxing thing. So there's a brain dump section. So let's start from the brain dump. Whatever you are feeling like you will do today, just write it. Watch a movie, edit a video, write 2 scripts. So these are the things I have written in the brain dump. Now I will choose any 3 things which will be the top priorities of a day. Like edit a video would be a top priority of the day. Now write 2 scripts will be priorities. Meeting a friend can be a priority. Now I'll choose according to the number, like this is 5 a.m. I can put the date, and this is 5, this is 6. So how about I edit a video from 8 to 10, 2 hours, 8 to 9 and 9 to 10. So I'll put a box like this. Don't treat it as an individual box. You can also merge boxes. Okay, edit a video, and then I can add an hour long of break, and then for 2 hours I can write 2 scripts, and then I can meet a friend for an hour. So this is the thing how you write a time box. If you got a time box with a higher resolution, please do send me the PDF. My Instagram handle is down. You can also mail us on the mail ID. So this is the time box method. So this is the 5th point, Parkinson's law. Almost everybody who is a bit interested in time management, who is a bit interested in productivity would know this. Parkinson's law says work expands to fill the time that we allocate to it. It is basically saying that there's a common example. I am giving that example only to be more relatable. If you give 3 days to yourself to clean your room, it will take 3 days to clean your room. If you give yourself 4 hours to clean a room, it will take 4 hours to clean your room. That means people are very lazy. We all are. Most of us are disciplined who are working hard to be productive are productive. Okay, but by default people are very lazy. We all are. That means that we have to work hard. We have to set deadlines for us. And Parkinson's law is always about deadlines. It is not something that you can achieve enormous amount of work. People oftenly misunderstood it. It is not something that you can move mountains in few days. No, you have to compete with deadlines. Be reasonable, set deadlines. That is all about beating the Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law, if it says work expands to fill the time that we have allocated to it, so set deadlines. that I have to finish a physics module in one day. I have to do a chemistry module in another day. I have to do a biology module by today evening. So this is deadline. So set reasonable deadline. For example, for me, I can set deadlines that I can shoot 2 videos tonight, or I can set a deadline that I have to schedule all my postage for another month in almost 2 hours today. So that is something. Set deadlines and everything. So beat the Parkinson's law. Set deadline. Sixth point is also a very important point, but sometimes for workaholic person it's not important. But I think for me, I set time for myself. To be honest, I just lied. I don't have time to read a storybook or something. But I'm trying, but it's just so exhaustive. My routine is a bit more complicated nowadays. But set time for yourself. In an ideal case, you can have some time, an hour or 2 hours for yourself. For example, like you can do things that you want in this time, like play a game, play Minecraft, or play Battlegrounds, or stream in YouTube, or do drawing or painting. So I would recommend more kind of natural activities than for a screen time, because most of us work on a laptop, on a computer, on something like the screen. So why to relax on a screen? So why not do gardening in your free time? There was a time I used to do gardening. I was great at it. So set time for yourself. This is the sixth point. So this is the seventh point. This is also a very practical point. Let me show you. Condition your environment. Many people will not tell you about this. This is the root cause of every procrastinator. Why people don't work. Conditioning of the environment is wrong. You know how? For example, there's my work table. The laptop is open almost all the time. There's a power line going to the power connection. I got an extender and I got a printer. I got 2 tables, so I need a huge space, I think. So there's a workspace. There's a printer which helps me to get everything printed, because it's a printer, of course. That's the obvious thing. A printer prints, and it's connected to my laptop. There's also power cable, so I can charge my phone or tablet I'm working on. There's also a working space with a notepad at the side of the drawer, and lots of pens there with a highlighter and something. I also got a small area where I keep books. So that's a perfect conditioning. I know when to start and where to start. So where to start is something very important. You know, I'm going to write this down. You should know where to start. Many people don't work hard for examination because they think that, you know, like Parkinson's law is working now. You think that you can read everything in the last week. Now you will think where to begin. There's so much thing left. Now the procrastination starts churning out. Where to begin? I don't know where to begin. I see my friends, my batchmates, especially my batchmates who got back, who got an F grade. I got 80% of my class talk to me about their results. I'm doing a bit psychological study here. Like 80% of the people who got F grade, that they are fail in one subject, they procrastinate to the last time. Like I'll study a night before, or I'll study 2 days before, or I'll study the last week or something like that. They don't organize things. Even if you study for the last week, for the mid-semester examination, for the end-semester examination, or if you're a corporate worker, you want to create a presentation, you should always be familiar with the data you will be putting in the presentation. You should always be familiar with the context and of the course you are doing. You should always be familiar with the content of the course modules. If you are familiar with it, it will not feel uncomfortable to start working on it. I always got a chair and a table worked arranged because I know where to start. I can wake up, brush my teeth, or throw some water on my face, get fresh, and then start working. So this is the conditioning of environment. Now imagine, so there's a messy bed, there's a messy table, there's no table. Many students have no table in the study room. There's no printer because I wanted to print material. Now I'll delay it because I wanted to go to the print shop, and then I will go to the print shop with an excuse that I want to print materials for a study. I am excusing myself because, to be honest, I am not really studying. I am getting the material printed. Now I can get it done by home. Printer is one of the best investment a student who print documents do. Okay. A cheap printer, it costs 11,000 rupees. Come on, it's not much for your future. Then if a messy table is there, I will not start working. So conditioning of environment is very good, very nice. So this is a point where people say that, oh, I don't get money. I don't have so much money to delegate work to someone else. Delegate your work. It's not all about money. Believe me. So I got an editor who edits my video. I'm spending something, but there's also a catch. If you are not having a load ton of work, a shit ton of work, then how can you delegate? To improve your productivity, to make more time for yourself, or to make time for something new, for a new venture or something like that, you maybe cannot hire someone, but what you can do is again say no to the things you are not very much related. So that's work. That's also denying work that you can do. I'm also saying that you can also hire a cook. For suppose you are living in a hostel, you are living in a flat just like me in Noida. I hired a cook because I don't want to cook. I don't know how to cook proper food, and I know that cooking food will take 3 hours of my day away from me, another an hour for travel, for institute and everything. So 4 hours a day is gone by the time I'm just finished with the basics. Now I only got 20 hours and I have to sleep in it, I have to eat in it, I have to study in it, I have to plan my videos, get my videos edited, schedule everything. So hiring a cook, hiring a cleaning lady, it doesn't cost much, but it will save you lots and lots of harassment. It will save you lots and lots of time. It will, for a small money, for a small amount of money, you can put an enormous amount of reward for yourself, the time and everything. I always say that save time by not doing those things what other people can do for you. So my 9th point is a valid point. This was not my point. I knew meetings were not good. I always knew meetings were kind of unproductive. But my belief became so strong when the world's richest man and one of the greatest innovators of all time, Elon Musk, said it himself, that avoid large meetings and long meetings. There's also a saying in Amazon that if your team, you can't feed your team with 2 large size pizza, your team is too long. You are working in a far more lengthy product, drop it. Just fire everyone, drop it. If you cannot feed a team with 2 large pizza. If you are heading a team of people who cannot be fed on a 2 large pizza, is a big team, short the team. Keep it close. Okay, because I have seen meetings, I have attended many meetings, dozens of meetings, witness I think 2 to 3 dozen meetings. People do nothing in meeting. They come, they sit, a PowerPoint presentation is running, some are sleeping, some are eating, some are drinking, some are talking, some are gossiping, some are scrolling Instagram, and the presenter is presenting, doesn't give a shit about the audience. No productivity at all. So avoid large meeting, avoid long meeting. 3-4 hours meetings, 5 hours meetings, 6 hours. I don't know what the hell is going on in this meeting. What are you talking so much for 6 hours? 4 hours. 4 hour meeting is really out of my mind. Like 5 hours meeting, what are you exactly doing in a 5 hour meeting? I really cannot make sense. Like there's a decision making thing and lots of meeting content is there, and that it is taking 4 or 5 hours. I think that is something a company should look upon or institutions should look upon. You know, avoid meeting, start texting, start mailing, read your mails carefully. If you are doing a live session with someone and you are elongating the live session, that means you are not caring for your time, you are not caring for your audience's time. What do you expect? They would watch you? No. Avoid large meetings, avoid meetings if you can, avoid almost all the meetings if you can. Just put in a mail, a good drafted mail. Let me tell you one more story, and this is a very nice story, and I am very much big advocate of this. Having good articulated long papers in meeting, not PowerPoint presentation, shallow PowerPoint presentation. No. Jeff Bezos once said that, you know, when senior management join Amazon, there's a huge culture shock waiting for them. Some of them really get surprised because we all sit in a circular table and then we are handed a 6-page memo. Someone had written a 6-page memo on something we want to take a decision upon, want to talk. And then for half an hour, we sit there and we read the memo carefully. There's no PowerPoint presentation, no a person explaining everything, nothing. We read the memo for a half an hour and then we discuss for the later part. And he also says that avoid large meetings. So because he said that we are just like normal people, many people will come, they say that they have read the memo but they are lying. So take half an hour and read the memo right there. So this is something I would definitely want to include if I grow up. We will fix a meeting agenda. I will be handing out everyone 10 to 16 pages or 6 pages or depending upon the topic memo, and they will read it in front of me and then we will discuss about things. That is something. I also wanted to mention that I don't pick much of a call depending upon the priority of call. I reply on text. So texts are lifesavers when you wanted to save time. So that is something. This is the last point. I think this is also a very important point, and I think one of the most important point. I always save the most important point for the last one. Be flexible. Don't be a paper pusher. Never be a paper pusher. Just why don't you stop paper pushing? Like I really want people to stop paper pushing. Be flexible. Be adaptive. In the entrepreneurship classes, almost every alternate class it was repeated to us. Entrepreneurs are good adapters. Entrepreneurs are good adapters. And I look at my teacher. He was a great professor. Believe me, he's a nice professor. But I also see that you are teaching us how to adapt, but you are not teaching us how to adapt. So flexibility is something. Be flexible. don't get too much agitated over a plan. Like this is not working, that is not working. Make a new plan. Or if I hadn't worked for the entire day, my schedule is back. The schedule is very tight. The schedule, I didn't follow the schedule. I procrastinated and I slept for a lot. And there's a huge pending work. That's okay. Make a new schedule. What else you can do? You can do nothing. Don't cry on what you have missed. Every method has flaws. Even my method were having flaws, many flaws. But I'm learning, I'm doing whatever I can. And at the end of the day, choose to be satisfied. Okay, I didn't did much today, but I can do it again tomorrow. I can sleep with a healthy mind and do it tomorrow. And do it and you will feel better. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked the video. Just do it, man. Come on. I'm making these kind of videos for you all. Don't share, don't like, maybe don't subscribe, but at least bring change into your own life. It will mean the world to me if you share, subscribe and like the video. Do shoot questions in the comments, but at least do these things what I'm trying to tell you. Cross check these things, fact check me. Okay, the hell with me, I'm nothing, but at least start doing it and you will see the change. If you don't see the change, stop doing it. You got nothing to lose. So thanks, man, anyway, and take care of yourself.